Okay, guys, so the first step, the first and the foremost thing is say no to any negativity. Anything that says, hey, they are not hiring, there is no job in the market, or I know, I'm not qualified enough, or I don't have enough experience to find a job, forget about those. There is nothing negative that should exist when you go for the first step in looking for your job. The second step, one I want you to follow, is stop being generic. Okay, you have again understand my thing. It's okay to go ahead and create a resume, a generic resume, but again, if you want to blast it all over the world, looking for a job, I do not think you get the right company you're looking for, or the right company gets you for which you might have qualified in a better way. So stop being generic. Be very specific about the company which you are applying for. Number two is again, remember, stop relying on your human resources. They're fine. They'll, advertise in the paper, your journal, your career services, whatsoever, that, okay, this position is open. But the fact of the matter is, we usually in a corporate advertise for those jobs after we have already made a hiring decision on those. So you are not actually looking for a job, you are actually standing in a line. If you rely, I'm not saying that don't trust them, trust human resources, they're a great resource to move your career forward, but do not put all the eggs in one basket. That means do not rely entirely on human resources that they are going to find you the job. Number three, do not rely on the electronic media or the social media marketing right now. Facebook, Instagram, your Google Plus, Twitter, whatsoever exists, LinkedIn, okay? Again, those are great resources to get information about a company, know about a company. But again, do not rely that that is the only resource that is going to find you a job. The other thing you need to stay away from is stop relying on headhunters. Headhunters are there for different purposes. That's their job also. Because they not only benefit from finding you a job, but they'll say, for example, a job that might have existed 6 months back, they still are holding to that caption because that caption is very attractive. That means hiring for a general manager position, hiring for a regional VP, hiring for a chief operating officer, something like that will attract a lot of resumes so that they can, keep on raising your hopes up, giving you propositions that, okay, we'll find a job for you within 24 hours, 30 hours, this and that. You end up paying some money to them, they'll keep on looking it, and at the end result is you're going to get your inbox filled with messages that are very, very mediocre or not up to your standard even for the job you're working at right now, or you might have qualified with your credentials, what I mean to say. So my suggestion is, pick your top 5 companies. You know your market, if you are an engineer, if you are a doctor, if you are a scientist, if you are whatsoever, you find your top 5 companies that would make you feel good, that you want to see yourself in. It might not be Google or Microsoft all the time, but again, the 5 companies that you are very comfortable, that you know that you can build your career out of that. So pick your 5 companies, do a lot of research, do a lot of in-depth research about the company. It's not that knowing the name of the top notch of the company, or the name of the human resource guy of the company. You need to know what the company stands for, what the company objectives are, what the company is in the market for, what are their plans for the next 5 years. So study their year-end revenue book, how they are performing year over year, whether that's a publicly traded company or not, whether that is a small firm, whether that is a SME or a large company or a very individually owned proprietorship. So you understand that concept, do an in-depth research, then start your networking. Because networking, guys, is the key. I wish if I was 10 years younger, my thing that if you, I have to suggest one thing to pick from Andy Day is a very valuable statement I'm going to make right now. Make yourself a promise to collect 2 business cards each day, relevant business card each working day of every month. You will find your right doctor, you'll find your right lawyer, you'll find your right employer, no matter what. Talk to people, collect 2 business cards from 2 people. They might not be the top notches of the company, but they know somebody that knows somebody that knows Andy Day when Andy Day is actually looking for a sales manager for his eastern region. That's the key. So you need to network. First of all, get rid of any negativity. Stay away from relying only on your resume, your human resource, your social media marketing, and your headhunters. Number 3, pick your top 5 companies. Research them in depth. Do the networking to know about the company so that you might not be employed with that company, but it's like it becomes a home name. And like, say for example, you are John Doe, so John Doe becomes a home name to that company. That's the way you need to be networking. Attend their seminars, attend their annual meetings, because annual meetings never says that, okay, these people only. They always say that you can bring a guest or you can bring a friend also. Now, the other thing that I would suggest very boldly, step number 6 is meet the boss. Because you never know what kind of thinking process the CEO of the company or the managing director of the company is going through. If you know how to reach the boss, make an appointment with him, see him directly. Your resume is just a piece of paper that helps you sell somewhat, but real people hire real people. So you need to, whether there is an opening or not, I don't care. But if you meet the boss of the company and sell yourself, he will create a position for you if you are the deserving candidate. I kid you not. So meet the boss and sell yourself. Again, you are not there to, just taking information about the company like a reporter or a journalist. You are there to sell yourself. Show him why you are that valuable. Bring revenue to the table. Guys, in a privately owned organization, people are looking for revenue growth. Anybody, frontline employee, sales manager, operations manager, they're hiring you to impact the revenue. You have already studied the figures of that company. What is their profit percentage year over year? What is their stocks going for, this and that? Now, you are selling yourself and painting a picture that upon hiring you, what kind of return on that position or return on the investment the company is looking for. And you're not telling that to any human resource. You're taking that to the CEO of the company or the managing director of the company. He will think. That's the key. Talk about the future. Past is past, doesn't matter if you were a Shah Jahan in the past. It matters what are you bringing to my table. What kind of future can I expect by hiring you? That's the picture you need to be painting. A few rules, remember, other than the grooming part, it's pretty much, I'll discuss that in my next session. There is a little 32 rule. That means do not answer any question shorter than 30 seconds or do not prolong it more than 2 minutes either. Either way, there has to be a balance. Otherwise, the CEO or MD doesn't have that much time, or, he thinks that, okay, you are making up a story, this and that. During your interview, never badmouth your boss. I never had a bad boss. Never had a bad job. I learned from everything. Paint that picture. You know, that the biggest mistake some people do is when the question is asked that why do you want to change your job? Sir, I had a bad job. I have a bad boss. No, do not say that ever. Preserve the best for the last. You have done everything. You have followed my steps. You got to see the CEO. You brought the revenue to the table. Now you have to finish the interview. Most people walk out saying, "Hey, have a nice day." "Well, sir, waiting to hear from you. When can I start?" All these are generic statements. Human mind remembers the last thing that human mouth speaks to the human mind. So if I am to ask the CEO, I will ask a question like this. For an example, Mr. Mr. John Smith, from whatever you have heard about me today, if you have to pick one thing that tells you that Andy Day is the right person for this job, what would that be? Then shut up. Let him speak. If the CEO says that, okay, Andy, I see your numbers and this and that, but I think you have a strong hunger in your belly, somebody that I'm looking for in my company, end of the game. He is going to remember that. And after you leave the interview, he is going to write it down because he has uttered from his own mouth. He believes in you. He will make you an offer. And please, no offer is a bad offer. If an offer is made, shake the hands and accept the offer. Or if it is a written offer, accept it first. First thing first, log it. Accept the offer. The other negotiations and this and that will be there. But do not ever think that, okay, I'll negotiate first, go back and forth, and then I'll think about accepting the offer. You're gone.